Hey, what up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 100 of the Unknown Games podcast. We are here live on YouTube, or if you're listening in your ears, as
If you're
always,
listening, it's not live.
it's not live. There we go. It's
Yeah,
perfectly.
it's either live on YouTube or not live. Those are the only two options. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm your host Adrian, and the voice that you just heard is my co-host, Mr. 100 himself, Alex.
Yeah. What?
I just gave you a new nickname, Mr. 100.
But it only makes sense if I'm 100 years old or something like that. But
If I mean, you could just be, could be. They
100
don't
days,
know.
yeah, 100
They
days
don't know.
exactly.
Nobody knows. So I can't believe it. We finally made it, and we're alive.
Yeah, unless we're not live.
I said alive.
Oh, alive? We made okay. We
Yeah,
lived
yeah.
this far. Yeah.
Yeah. We're living.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we made it to 100 episodes, which means I can safely just off myself tomorrow and live without regrets, really.
And
So.
I'm stuck with Ehed. That was the deal. Ehed's the survivor.
Are you gonna have him as the co-host, or you should just? I think he should just be the host of the.
We should just be like, yo, Ehed, just pass the
torch on.
He's got his own podcast
now.
He's like,
it's your
yours.
podcast now.
It's your podcast, Ehed. If you're listening right now, it's your podcast. You better get in here and stay
funny.
here.
No, yeah, let's for 101. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, he can host it.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I got to say, thanks to everyone for being here for 100 episodes, listening day in or day out or night or however you've been listening to us. I mean, we're super thankful, and for subscribing on our YouTube, for following us on Twitter. I believe we have almost like 300 something people following us on Twitter, and that's really nice. That it feels nice to have good numbers over 100. And of course, on our Twitch streams, I stream on Twitch, and so does Alex. I'm at Ninja Tricks, and where can they find you, Alex?
Just it's Route 24. If you're on YouTube, which if you're watching live, I guess it's not. I mean, they go up as a VOD. Like, you can watch this whenever you want. But no, it's ROUTE 24 at twitch.tv.
There you go. Thanks for supporting us there, and I guess that's the most places you can support us. I don't think there's any other place you can support us except for wait, are there? No.
Well, I do have an OnlyFans actually, so.
Oh, you do. When did you open? When did you open, dude? When did you open that? Do you make bank?
I mean, I haven't got. I mean, a week ago, so I haven't really got my payout yet. But I'm really looking forward to.
You're looking forward to it.
What if I really did?
I was like, dang, man, what if you actually did? Like, what would you be showing? Like, what? I mean, I don't know what they do on the OnlyFans.
I have this. You actually not? Are you serious? You actually serious? I don't know, or
no, I don't know. Like, there could be different segments, right? There
is technically there is
right?
like OnlyFans. Right? If you go to OnlyFans.com right now, I don't know what to talk about OnlyFans. I mean, it doesn't specifically say like show off your titties. You know what I mean? It's just like it's a space for creators to offer paid content directly to their fans. You don't have to go to any like.
Okay, it's the video of Patreon.
Well, it doesn't need to be video. It can be like pictures or really anything. So it's just a space for creators to offer paid content, and a lot of it is like nudes and video and sex videos and that kind of stuff. And if that's the kind of creator you are, then that's the space where you connect with the people that consume your content. But it's not exclusively for that. So I could be like a smile a day. That could be my content.
If a smile a day. A smile a day. You know what that would be? Riffing off of that McDonald's episode, you do a smile a day in which you call you Uber a McDonald's person, you tell them to do a smile every day.
Can you imagine? Oh my god, that gave me an idea. Because like McDelivery lets you add smiles to the menu.
Yeah, exactly,
right?
exactly.
Can you imagine if every day I just like order a smile and I'm just paying like the delivery
exactly
fee,
and like
this poor soul has to drive over to my apartment to like give me a smile and leave. And he's like, why are you doing this, man? Like, why are you doing this?
Your TikTok or your whatever you post this on would be interesting, because every day you would see their shifts. You would see who's working.
Yeah,
with.
Like, you would know. See like who shows up, right?
At one point, they start surprising you probably. Like you open the door and they're like ready to make their debut on your whatever, like YouTube or Shorts or something.
Hate, honestly.
That'd be crazy.
If I was the delivery driver, I'd be so pissed. Like, why do I have to drive 10 minutes to this asshole's apartment to give him a smile and leave? You know what I mean? I'd be so mad.
Free 99 smiles here in Japan. Oh my goodness. I guess like back on topic. This is like I said, this episode is 100, and we said it last week. It's only going to go as long as many questions as we got. We asked some questions on Twitter,
Yeah.
and I was dangerously thinking like, oh my goodness, we ain't about. This is it. This is where the episode would have ended. But
That's I love
but
check out questions and nothing. All right, see you guys.
but we have some awesome listeners, and we got to say thanks for writing in, because we are not going to end the show right now. I feel happy saying that. We could have. This could have been it.
We could still end it right now. We don't
We
have to
could have
ask the
went from
question.
like the
It'd be
longest
so funny.
episode to the
It's like,
shortest.
all right, give us your questions. They're like, all right, good question. All right, see you guys. Just
Bye.
leave.
Peace.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh
we
man.
outie. So
Yep.
we'll be going over those user questions in just a moment. I guess we can do. I want to do kind of like two things, right? One would
Mm.
be kind of maybe what is our favorite memory, or like what was our, or like out of all the episodes, what was our favorite episode probably, and then move on to questions. Just keeping it short, you know.
I don't know. Honestly, to me, it's actually hard to believe that we've done 100 episodes. Really, to like, frankly,
We're at two TGSs now,
yeah.
or
So 2 years
three,
basically,
two,
52
two
weeks on average in a year. So
on average, yeah.
I think it's always 52 weeks, right? It's just the
It's
days
always
that
except for a leap year,
change.
right?
Well, that's just an extra day. I don't know if it adds on a
Oh, if it
week.
acts an extra a week.
Yeah, but basically it's been 2 years, and to be honest, it's really hard to believe that we've done 100 episodes. Like, I know it wasn't always a video podcast, so
That's true.
yeah, I'm just trying to like think about all the times that like I sat down on my computer and we were like, all right, let's record, and we've gone through different iterations. Like, we did some, like, the first couple episodes were kind of rough. It was just on Discord using the Craigbot, and
Craig,
we had issues with sound quality sometimes. Like, mics would drop out, one of us would get disconnected, or it was just the quality coming out of Craig was kind of shit. And yeah, I don't know. We did like a couple of changes on the back end just to like try to improve the way that we sound. And I remember, teaching you how to like edit audio and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for biggest, like, the best memory I have, I don't know. I mean, maybe when we had Ehe come on a couple times and we had him talk about his favorite video game sex moment, and he said like Gerald's man ass was hot, or one of his earliest memories of like sex in a video game is when he and his friends got a pirated copy of Grand Theft Auto, and like,
the hot coffee.
yeah. Like, that's fun. Like, not even about the podcast itself, but just making fun of it. Really, I guess is my favorite episode.
That was an
yeah.
episode. That was an episode. Yeah, I mean, like, I remember the first time I put up the episode, it was on SoundCloud. Like,
oh, that was, yeah, the first episode was on SoundCloud. Yeah,
it's still on SoundCloud too. It's still there.
Like, did you? That's not on Anchor, our current host, no?
I think it is. Yeah, it should be on Anchor. I re-uploaded everything. Yeah, because we did like
re-uploaded it to Anchor.
We did like 3 episodes on SoundCloud, and yeah, I mean, like, the quality was what it was. We didn't have the art that we have now. Thanks. Shout out to Halal for
the thumbnail.
yeah, for the thumbnail, for like the actual podcast art. We've been complimented for having some good art, and like, I remember we interviewed her on the show. I think I was in the US at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is like, I feel a lot better with this art than whatever I drew.
Yeah, and also, like, I used, like, we had placeholder art that I had for like the first 2 episodes, something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, and I guess my favorite episode, episode 69 was an episode.
It's hard to believe. Can you just minus the weeks that episode 69 was like almost a year ago? Like,
oh, dude, that is insane.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that episode was insane. And
like, the last year has been a friggin' blur for me. Like, I don't even remember what we talked about. I don't even remember. Yeah.
I don't I should just pull up like all the stuff we've talked about. Anchor has even changed while we've been using it. It's been changing in terms of Spotify integration, using music from Spotify, which we don't do because we put the sponsors in there. But just all of that has kind of changed as well. But as you can see, like right now on the screen, Um, oh wait, you know what? Any Kandagawa Jet Girls game, you never got it.
No, I never did.
You
No,
never got it. 100
no.
episodes, and I'm the only one who has Kanagawa Jet Girls. I
I
feel
mean, I was gonna get on
ashamed.
PC. I was getting on PC when it came out, but then I was like, you know what? Never mind. This game
It just
doesn't look
never
that good.
happened. It never
Game doesn't look
happened.
that good at all. Yeah,
It
no.
never happened. So we went from Tokyo Game Show to Kanagawa Jet Girls, and then like there was a seemingly amount of time where we talked about Apex and Xenosaga remake.
I mean, we still bring up Xenosaga every now and then, which
We still
Bandai
do.
Namco should totally remaster, by the way, especially with the money they're getting from Tales of Arise. Do it, you cowards.
Do it. You're rich now. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's two girls and one bike. The Thanksgiving episode, like
Two girls, one bike.
we had some dumb.
Man, oh,
We had some dumb titles in
golden
there.
episode title. Shit.
I think we've
That
gone
was
through two
good.
Game of the Years like discussions.
Yeah.
We've had like numbers of guests. I know Yahya actually asked a question like, "Yo, when's the next time we're gonna have a video game dev on the podcast?"
We need to make more dev friends, I guess.
Yeah, I guess Yahya, you it's an open welcome. Welcome back on the show anytime, man. I'll call you. And he's been working on like Ape Escape, like Unreal stuff. And then of course he did the
Are you allowed
Pepsi
to say
Man.
that? Are you allowed to say that?
I mean, it's not for Sony. It's just like a side project he's been doing, but
Oh,
it's,
okay,
dude,
okay.
it's been coming along really nice. So
Okay.
he's like, after that's done, get me on the show. Guilty Gear Strive came out in the time we started.
Yeah, like it got announced and then it came out and we're playing it. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, those things happen. I became top 100 in Evo, or almost top 100 in Evo Japan somehow. Final Fantasy VII.
For the game you're playing, yeah.
Yeah.
For Soul Calibur.
For Soul Calibur 6.
Cool.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII remake came out.
It did come out, yeah.
It was. That's another game we talked about a lot, actually. Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about remake part 2 and hoping.
Well, I mean, like whenever that comes out, sure, yeah.
Whenever it comes out. There was the episode I didn't know what a missed connection was.
Oh, from Craigslist.
From Craigslist.
Oh, I think I don't know if they took that down or not. That was my favorite part of Craigslist token. I'm gonna go look right now.
So yeah, we've had like an awesome run, and continuing on that run, we will be doing more episodes, of course, from episode 100. But I guess we can kind of keep looking. I'm just looking right now, like what the heck happened? It was like the UGP Gone Wild and American Pie to get it on.
I don't think I remember like that.
Then the next one was So Long, So Strong. I Gotcha, Date Bio. And then we started our Death series where we were about to die.
Yeah, I mean that's a slow burn, really.
slow burn. But yeah, so we're gonna go on to the user questions, or not users, but listener questions now.
Yeah.
Which I gotta say, shout outs to let me see if I can find it really quick. There we go. Thanks to at Jacob Daddy on Twitter, and also at Shelbs for your questions. And they actually gave us like 5 each, so we actually have some good.
Did you want to? I guess we didn't. It's fine because if you limit it to one per person, we'd have 2 questions and that would be it. But let's do it. Yeah.
Let's tackle. So number 1, Jacob Daddy says, "Congrats, guys." And what was the biggest adjustment moving to Japan?
I mean that's a good question. I don't know how to like answer that. Do you have an answer for that question or?
Yeah, I was thinking about this yesterday. Probably the biggest move, like the biggest adjustment for me when I moved here was trying to understand stuff I didn't know, even in English. Because we've talked about this on the podcast. We spent most of our adult lives here in Japan, so like me paying bills was first time in Japan, right? Me looking into like a phone plan, like personally, or like internet, or setting any of that type of stuff, that was all the first time. And
like health insurance, that kind of
health
stuff.
Insurance, and like sometimes your companies will help you with that, but they don't go into the finer details. So for me, it was like, holy crap, I kind of know this language, I'm decent at it, I'm not a pro. Like if I mess up, I'm going to be paying potentially like $100 more than I should be. I like so that was the biggest adjustment for me, was trying to just figure out life.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
I mean, I don't know.
daily life.
It's weird because I think we both moved here, but when we were like relatively young adults, and I think because the question is like how much of the change you're experiencing was due to living in a country like that's not your own, or was just a part of growing up, essentially, a part of becoming an adult, right?
Right,
I would
right.
argue like had you not moved to Japan, you would have had to look into health insurance and that kind of thing, and look for a job, back home, and that also would have been a significant part of your life where a lot of change was happening, right? So
True, true.
it's probably just the fact that you had to do it in Japan, just like compounded with it, like made it so much complicated than it should have been, really. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, no, I guess like yeah, for me, I don't know. I guess it was also like the subtle cultural changes. Like it is at the end of the day, it's a different culture,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it's just like learning how to understand the subtle nuances of what people are saying and what they mean and that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Social interactions, like if you're not just with friends or anything like that, because when you're with friends you can kind of like laugh off mistakes or something. Like if
Mm-hmm.
something weird happens between you guys, you can eventually figure it out. But I'm talking more like in the workplace or something like that, like when you're trying to like get your point across to like your boss or something like that, or you're trying to um uh yeah,
Just
I don't
like
know, like kind of like get your opinion in like this big corporate environment. Like how do you do
how do
that with
you how do you do
yeah.
that? Yeah, especially when you might not know the word that you want to like say,
Right,
like the
and you
exact
you
way and
come off like way more like harsh than you actually intend to.
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a tough question, honestly. Like, there's so many ways to answer that, but I guess the biggest adjustment would be just yeah, trying to like be a functional adult, basically.
Yeah, being functional. I guess like on
I
a
don't think like I
simple
still don't think like I managed
I
to
there
do that, but yeah,
I still struggle.
yeah.
And I guess like for a super simple answer for me, I would say like live like changing from sleeping on a bed to a futon.
Oh, I never slept on a futon. I've always been a bed
Really?
sleeper. Yeah, I mean I slept on a futon for like a week, like while I was
Hmm.
waiting for my bed to come in,
Okay, okay. It's not too
but
bad.
I've always been on a I don't know. I guess that's now that you mention it, I could say like, oh, like biggest change, like having to not have a dryer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that is one. Not you don't have a
Like yeah, not having a dryer, like
hanging
having to
clothes
hang all
out.
your clothes. Yeah. Having no pantry space, because every time I go back home and go to like my friend's house, my parents' house, I'm like, whoa, look at all this food you have stocked. Like look
You
at
know what
this.
was
You have a closet for food.
dude,
Like
you know
look
it
at
was
this shit.
crazy. Like my friend, I went over to his place when I
Yeah.
went back, and his room was so big, like because it was a living room. It's a proper sized living room.
Yeah.
I was sitting here like I'm in a mansion right now. He's like, bro, this is just some average size.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
This isn't special. I'm like, I know it isn't, but it's so special to me right now.
Yeah, no. So I guess it's that kind of stuff with like not having a dryer, because like nobody in Tokyo has a dryer essentially.
I mean,
Um,
the good people do.
well, the rich people do,
They're
yeah.
big.
But even
Yeah.
then, like, how many times have you gone to like a Yodobachi camera and been like, "Oh,
Oh,
let's
the
go
dryer
buy a
section.
dryer"? There's
No,
no. Have you seen a dryer for sale? Have you ever
I've
seen a
never.
dryer?
I think I've seen one, but
I've seen like
usually
a
you'll see
dryer, like
washers. Yeah,
a dryer, yeah, like
it's
a
always
dryer,
washers, and then like dryer.
like a
There's a
dryer,
couple.
like yeah, like nobody has dryers here. So it was that and having to hand wash all my dishes until I got fed up and bought a tiny ass dishwasher, which aren't standard, by the way. Like no Japanese apartment will come with a dishwasher. You gotta
Nah,
buy your own, and then you gotta
nah.
hook it up to your stupid freaking faucet. Anyways, sorry. So that kind of stuff, I guess. And yeah, not having a pantry. Like I have a pantry, but basically it's just like a tiny cabinet that I stuff with food. Cause
Yeah,
like
yeah. It's a tiny
yeah,
cabinet, or you have like that. Well, there's that one that's like in the floor. I used to have one of those, and
I
that
don't know what the
was,
hell that is. No,
dude, it was crazy.
that
I
sounds
it
like
was like
that sounds like a cellar.
it's just like this little thing. You take the lid off of the floor, and it's just like I think it's for emergencies or something, but it
And you
does.
you fill it with food.
You can fill it with food or like water. So
I've
because
never
I
seen that.
think
I've never
in
seen
the
that one.
winter it'll get cold down there, so you can just kind of use it as a mini lukewarm
Like a cellar,
freezer or something.
essentially.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
cellar basically. Yeah. Um, but it was so weird walking over that side. Uh,
Yeah, but that I guess that would be another answer, is not having the things that you take for granted back home. Because of course you go to an apartment or a house anywhere back in North America, and chances are you're gonna have a friggin' dryer and washer, right? Like one of my
yeah,
friends for the longest time, I don't, I mean, he might still be living there. His apartment doesn't have a washer. His apartment has no space for a washer, so he has no washer, no dryer.
yeah,
And
that
yeah,
sucks. I forgot. Yeah, that is a thing that can happen. You can't get stuck like that. Dang. Uh, yeah. I guess moving on though. Question number two: what is the craziest meal item you've seen in Japan?
Oh god, I don't even know. Do you have an answer for this?
The craziest like meal item? Uh, uh, I was trying to think about this, and I was like, what is actually kind of crazy? And I'm so used to everything that nothing's crazy anymore. I can't remember like whatever scared me, or I was just like, what,
Scared you?
I was just like, what the heck is this on this item? Because like, like I always had this philosophy of like, just don't ask, just eat it,
Yeah,
just
and
so I
so
can
I
get
mean,
through
every
it. You know?
time like Japanese food comes up, I mean, sakura yuke is the thing that comes up,
That raw horse is it?
raw horse, and for
Yeah,
us, it's just like, yeah, it's just sakura yuke comes. It's like basically on so many menus, right?
raw horse on rice, with a
Egg
raw egg cracked over it.
with sesame oil.
Yeah, get it.
But
So-
no, for me personally, I want to say like I've actually eaten whale meat before.
oh yeah,
Um,
oh yeah.
I've eaten whale meat. My friends have had scorpion, which isn't Japanese really, but and I guess wacky meals would be like the Lotteria Tower Burger, like the thing with 10 patties.
Uh,
Yeah, that's I would probably say one of those. But yeah,
those are those. I tried one. I tried that like maybe my first year here in Japan or second year, and I was like, I'm never doing it again. Never
oh,
trying
you had
that
the Tower
Lotteria.
Burger?
I had like I think 4 stacks or 5 stacks or something like that because
Oh
there's just like
yeah,
different stacks you can do,
yeah,
and it was just like that was the time I realized like I never want to eat at Lotteria again. That burger was so greasy and
yeah, yeah,
salt and pepper. There was like the seasoning
yeah.
was really bad, and I was just
It's
like,
like
I can't do this. I
so
can't.
pungent, right? It's really strong.
Yeah, it's really pungent.
Yeah, so I've had Lotteria a bunch of times. Like single Lotteria burgers are really good, double burgers
Hmm.
are really good. And I gotta agree with you though, even the singles and the doubles, they are really peppery, like
They're
very
really I don't know why they put so much pepper on it. I've
very
never had.
seasoned, like very seasoned. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I can handle the one and two. And I remember like recently, like a year ago, Lotteria had like the 4 patty or something, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, let's do it. I like wild crazy burgers. So I got a 4 patty.
Hmm.
So greasy, man. It was
It's so greasy. I've
disgusting.
never seen.
It was
I'm like,
so bad.
can
You
I get a
know,
burger this greasy ever? And it was like, this is, and it's not like the meat's like super thick or anything. That's the
no,
thing.
you know,
It's just
do you
so.
remember that episode of The Simpsons where Homer's trying to get fat and Bart like rubs the burger off the wall and the wall becomes like a window and the bird hits it?
Yeah, yeah.
When I took the burger out of the bag, the the wrapper was translucent. The wrapper was like serious. I'm not. It sounds like hyperbole, but I'm very serious. Like the wrapper was actually like soaked through in grease.
Yeah. If you do come to Japan, anyone, I do not recommend Loteria for. Don't just don't get big burgers. I mean, if you're gonna eat like a kids meal type thing, it's fine. But
I'm
jeez,
gonna like say like if you want to try Lotteria, do it. It's not terrible. I mean, it's definitely to taste. Like I wouldn't put it up there on my favorite, but
yeah.
like it's not like poison or anything. And I'm
Oh
sure
no,
some
it won't
people,
kill you.
yeah, I'm sure some people do like Lotteria. If that's the taste you're going for,
You
absolutely,
you
give it
should
a
go to
try.
Moss Burger. That's the one. If you're
I
gonna
don't know.
try it, if you're gonna try A or B,
Moss Burgers, I don't know. I mean, it's fine too. They're both fine, but like, anyways, yeah.
this
It gets greasy, is what I'm trying to say. But
I think the craziest, and now that I think about it, the craziest menu item I've ever seen is, and it's not crazy. It's just how we can't get good Mexican food here in Japan. Is
oh my
anything
god, yeah,
that's
I know.
Mexican? It's like
Yeah.
like just having not tomato sauce, not even like salsa, but like I forgot what the heck they had on it. But it was just like, here, have a taco salad with there's like not even sour cream wasn't even on it. It was just like, what are you doing? I think it was
It's
just
hard to
mayonnaise. It
get
might have been just
really,
mayonnaise or something. I
yeah,
was
it's
like,
hard
what
to
the
get
heck
really
is
good
this?
Mexican food. There's a restaurant I've been to one in Ikebukuro, like Sunshine City.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's still there because I haven't been to Ikebukuro in like a while. But there's also one in Odaiba, and again, haven't been there in a while. But it's fine, and that's the best I can. That's the best thing I
Yeah,
can
it's
say. That
fine.
it's
It's fine.
fine. It's
It's fine.
fine.
It was bad when I was. It was
Yeah.
You remember when Taco Bell opened up here in
Yeah, and there was
Shibuya,
like the
and
line
the
like
line,
around the block.
freaking lines for weeks to go to Taco Bell, and I'm like, you will never see a line for Taco Bell in the
No, like no
states
one gives a shit back home. It's
because
just Taco Bell,
bottom
right?
bottom tier, top
Yeah.
turn to top. Um, so next up, what do you think the next big gaming thing will be?
That's a complicated question. I don't know. Do you have an answer for that?
I still, as much as we were kind of talking about how VR, and we were talking about last week, like Sony wasn't going to have anything VR related at their big show, and uh, I, s- I think that somewhere in between like VR and AR,
Hmm.
and I think my friend was telling me about these Ray-Ban glasses or like sunglasses from Facebook, uh,
Oh, they take pictures and
and
video,
they
that
take
kind of shit.
pictures and
Yeah. Hmm.
stuff. I mean,
Yep.
smart glasses. I feel like that being integrated more into maybe like smart watches and having that AR really become
Yeah.
a thing. Just like I forgot what was it? Sword Art. What was the movie?
Sorta online.
Ah, crap.
Fucking hell.
It's on my
Integral
wall.
something? No. So many
Oh,
stupid.
ordinal scale. There we go.
Yes, that was it. Ordnance
Ordinal
scale. The
scale. It's
AR,
like
the AR, the AR, right?
the AR.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, if that was the thing, and it's basically what whenever Pokemon Go shows a commercial, that's it, right? It's like, hey,
Yes.
you're in the
Yeah, that
wild
kind of
walking,
thing. Yeah.
go catch
Hmm.
a Pokemon for real. It's like that's kind of cool. That would if that happens, I'd be like, it's over. It's game. I'm done living in the real
Hmm.
world. Well, I'm still in the real world.
So like you're saying like the next big thing in gaming basically will be when we move away from a controller in our
Yeah,
hands, is what you mean?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean I can see how I when you get asked like, oh, what's the next like era of gaming, it's easy to jump onto something like AR or VR, but I think like to be honest, I actually still think that's quite a ways off, at least
It's
10
yeah,
years.
it's a long ways.
At
It's
least 10
long,
years, at least 10 years or something.
so long. Yeah,
But like before we get to that point, like in, for example, between now and let's say 2027, 2028, I think a lot of gaming will be boring, like boring developments, things that don't excite people. I'm talking like stuff like increased memory bandwidth and like faster memory read speeds and drive speeds and that stuff. And
hmm,
obviously that doesn't sound exciting at all. It doesn't sound cool like AR does.
right, right.
But I think that will just lend um, itself to just better gaming experience in general. Like kind of like yeah, just really fast load times, like really no load times, and it'll reduce really nitpicky things that some people care about, like pop in for details, like when you're walking through a field and like detail like trees suddenly appear. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
won't happen anymore, or that happen less frequently. We'll get more realistic lighting and fog effects and that kind of stuff, and really that kind of stuff. Just really boring
Yeah,
gaming.
it'll
Yeah,
be. I mean, and you can look at the trend of the world in general. Like, we're not in flying cars. I mean, they
yeah.
exist, but
Yeah, for
it's
sure. Yeah,
not a
if
thing
you go
that's
back in time like 30,
happening.
40 years ago and you're like, "Oh, in 2020 people will have like hoverboards." Like, no, no one has a hoverboard right now.
No, no. I
Yeah.
think there was that video of Tony Hawk riding a hoverboard, and it was like, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, there is a company that makes hoverboards, but it's not.
But it's not like what we imagine them to
Yeah,
be, right?
it's not what we imagined them to be.
I just
So,
can't go to a Walmart and get a hoverboard. Um, yeah, I definitely just feel like it's going to be a smoother I don't know. I Because imagine like the PS5 right now, it's like basically like the home console essentially, right?
right,
Not
right.
to discredit Microsoft or anything, but people would say the PS5 is like the dominant home console, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah, we can say
You can
that.
imagine that, but let's say it's half the size. Let's say it's like half the power consumption. It runs way quieter. Like that's, I think, where we're moving in the next 5 years.
And honestly, that's how we have to get everything has to get smaller and smaller and smaller for us to even get to that kind of what I was talking about, like AR being
Yeah,
something of that realism and level that you can be absorbed in. So, um,
I would love to see a time, obviously, when that happens, and I do suspect it'll eventually come around in like the next 10, 15 years. I'll probably be alive still when it happens, but
put yourself on cryo.
yeah, sure. But nothing that's as fancy as, let's say, like Sword Art Online VR, right?
No, no.
Like what is that? Yeah, is it VR in Sword Art Online? Or is it
It's,
something called? Is it called something else? No, it's called VR, right?
it's VR. Sword Art is VR, but just hooked up to your nerves.
And it's just like subconscious diving, like you feel like it's happening, right?
I think there's actually something that is hooked up to them, right? Like,
Did you? Well, you watched the last episode of Sword Art. I don't talk about anime. You watched the last season of it, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Where like when it gets to that point, like it's indistinguishable to the
Oh
person,
yeah, to
whether
the
it's
person.
real or not. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just there.
I suspect we're not gonna get that until maybe ever, but that'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
How do
And
you log out of that though? If it's indistinguishable to like you don't know your
I think they had
that's
someone
literally Matrix. That's literally Matrix
the
level. Like
Matrix, the
that's
Matrix
the
level.
Matrix. Like that's just the
That
Matrix.
you know what, that whoever's gonna go into cryo sleep, that's if they figure out, like this is, they have to keep your brain alive, I guess. Like that, maybe that's what happens. Like you're just stuck in the Matrix. That's what it actually was.
Speaking of Sword Art Online, did you watch last episode
The last episode of
of the
them
last season?
spending was it 1,000 years together?
Man, what the fuck, man? Like what the
Oh,
like what is? Anyways, sorry.
this man said, "Hold up." He was like, "Look, man, you can go. I'll be okay." Nah, man, we belong together. We're gonna stay
No,
here
but
for a
there
thousand
was
years.
there was like one episode after that. I thought maybe that was the last
What?
episode.
Well, there's an episode after that. I think it's with
Yeah,
Alice
that like
in
the
the real
actual
world.
last episode where they go back to the world.
Yeah, yeah,
But the time of scale is so messed up that it's like thousands of years or something after they've
It's like 1,000 years afterwards, and they're
and
like,
they like oh my god. Anyways, sorry. Yeah.
oh man, and I know Jacob Daddy has been really curious about this. He's actually gotten into. I know on his stream he also made a. I mean, it's not a VTuber model or anything, but just kind of like a talking head type deal.
Yep.
So he's wondering like, is VTubing the future? There's nothing of gaming or anything like that. It's just
I think
the
of what
future.
though?
The
We have to
future.
qualify this question, like the future of what?
I don't know. It's just the future. Like, here's what if I can imagine his voice in my head, it would probably be like, is VTubing the future of entertainment?
Of entertainment?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't think it's the future of entertainment. I do believe it will be a part of the future. Like I do believe from here on out, VTubing will. We're obviously in the middle of a VTubing boom, right?
Right. Yeah, we're still in the boom.
And
We're in the second boom, I guess.
I think. Well, I guess if you count Keys and I,
if you
like
count
the
her
first,
as the first.
yeah, the kind of first one. I think we're in the middle of a boom. We're seeing a ton of not just big studios, like big agencies. Like there's a lot of indie VTubers, and VTubing is interesting because anyone can do it. Just pay an artist to make a model for you, commission someone to rig it, and use some software that's
Relatively
attainable. Yeah, you can buy it. It's attainable absolutely by anyone, and boom, you're a VTuber, right? That's all it takes. It does cost money, obviously. You got to pay the artist to make you the character and everything like that. Unless you can make it yourself, then in which case it's free. But I think it's not going to take over. You know what I mean? Like
no.
we're still going to have like entertainers that show like their faces and everything. Like I don't picture VTubing outpacing or avatars, let's say, outpacing
Like real streamers,
like
I guess.
real
Or real people,
personalities.
personalities. I think they go in conjunction, but like you were saying, I don't think they're going anywhere just because the model itself is the idol industry here in Japan, like
Yeah.
you're gonna have your favorite, right? And then if they get their hooks in you the right way, once they're gone, even when you're watching your favorite, there's another person that you like, and that cycle continues. It's like a group that never ends.
Yeah.
So you're always like, I like this person, I like this person, and then it keeps going. But you might graduate yourself. You're like, my favorite person's gone. I'm kind of out of this. I was just watching it for them.
That
But
person. Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah,
in terms of yeah.
well, I mean, there's people who end up who find one personality and like, oh, this person's funny, I like this person, and then from there you can discover some other VTubers. Or there are people who are just like, I don't actually care about VTubers. I actually just like this person. I like this person's personality and I like the games they play.
Yeah.
So maybe like I don't know.
I think we'll see more in terms of advertisements and tie-ins and media, maybe even integrated into some of those like ads for like, something like a Facebook ad in terms of in VR, right? Like I think we'll see them more in that because they naturally just lend themselves better to those types of like that medium or medium like VR, if that's something that would be there. So in terms of like, for me, if they're is it the future, I could see it being used in a certain way as opposed to maybe real life people,
Yeah,
in conjunction.
I think we'll just see more of it, or we'll see more people switch back and forth between like their face and an avatar, something like that. Um, and VTubing also has the benefit of allowing people who normally wouldn't want to show themselves on stream to be
Mm-hmm.
streamers,
Exactly.
right? So let's say you don't want to you just don't want to be known, like you don't want to be like you just don't want to have your face out there on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
but you still kind of want to like stream. This gives you another avenue to do that. And I
Exactly.
think the more that streaming is accessible, the more streamers will have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfectly, perfectly said. And I was gonna say, yeah, definitely go ahead and if you are listening, go ahead check out the backlog of our shows because we did do an entire, I think it was almost like 2 hour episode on like VTubers, like what are VTubers, what do we think about them, who are some you might want to check out, and even since then, I think Hololive EN debuted
Yeah, that
after.
was before the
Yeah,
English debut.
yeah. So it's a space that's growing pretty fast, and if you want to check it out, definitely go and check that out. Next up is give me your top 3 animes.
Such a hard question. You go first.
Uh, uh, I thought about this, and I was like, what? And now I'm forgetting my top 3 animes. And I can say so many of them. I mean, One Piece is probably up there. That's One Piece is probably like my number one. Um, Number two, dude, I thought about this. Why is it like it's leaving my head? We've watched so much anime in our lifetime, and some of it's just old at this point. I mean, Cowboy
Yeah,
Bebop has
yeah,
got
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Code Geass, Code Geass,
Yeah.
yes, Code Geass. That's my number 2, man. That's something else. And
Okay.
maybe Samurai Champloo.
So that's your top three right there.
My third one is like it's there. Like Ghost in the Shell is up there. uh I'll you know what I'll give it to Ghost in the Shell because that definitely changed the way I saw anime. Like it opened up a new genre for me.
Like that kind of sci-fi, that dystopian future kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There's so many good animes that it's honestly hard to pick three. If I had to pick three that were like influential on me, then it would be these older ones for sure. So stuff like Bleach, I guess. And I was gonna
Ah,
say Toradora is really good, but I don't know. Like it's up there for sure. It's hard to pick
Toradora is good.
three.
Toradora is a solid pick.
Yeah, so I would say Bleach, let's say Toradora, and then like for the third one, it's honestly a pretty solid top like toss up between like fucking Initial D, to be honest. Have you seen Initial D?
Really? No,
Yeah,
I've
have you
never
seen
seen
Initial
Initial D.
D?
I've only seen it in the arcades every other
It's
day. Really?
actually it's actually really engrossing. It's actually
Huh.
very interesting. So either like Initial D, I also I also do want to say like I really liked Angel Beats when that came out, and or that or Psychopaths, honestly.
I mean, Fooly Cooley was up there for me, and
Yeah.
like, what on earth is happening?
I Psychopaths is have you've seen Psychopaths, right?
I started Psychopaths, but I never actually finished it.
It's so good. Season one, I can fully recommend season one. Season two, I'd say if you only really like season one, and the movie don't.
And the movie don't.
Don't, yeah. And season three, actually, I need to watch because it was Amazon exclusive for a bit, and I never got around to watching it, so I need to watch season three.
I think the only other anime like I watched Serial Experiments Lane, and
Oh
that
yeah,
I watched it like 2 or 3 times, and that was probably one of the first anime I was like, "Geez, Louise!" Like what? My mind was just messed up, and I
yeah.
loved it. I still really love that anime. Uh,
I'm gonna say honestly, like I fully recommend Psychopaths to like everyone.
I
Um,
recommend One Piece for everyone.
I mean that puts like 1,000 episodes, right, or something like that.
It's almost at 1,000. It's no better time to start One Piece than now.
Yeah, just
You
binge
can't
it.
even finish it in a
How
year.
many hours is that? So 1,000 episodes times
It's
20 minutes. What
it's
is
a
that?
lot. It's way too many. It's way too many.
You just I need like the TLDR version of it. So hold on, a thousand episodes times 20 minutes is like 200. That's 20,000 minutes, right? Divided by 60 minutes an hour, 333 hours. Divided by days, 14, 2 weeks nonstop.
If you just live your life in One Piece. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Oh man. And moving on to number 6. Which, if you guys fought, who's winning?
Me, obviously.
I'm the failure chicken.
No, you'd win because you have guns, right?
No, I don't have any guns.
Oh,
I'm a peaceful American.
I thought you were legally obligated to have a gun. No.
I'm a peaceful American. I have no guns. So all the peaceful Americans right now are like, I'm peaceful. I have a gun. What are you saying? What are you saying? I'm like, no, I'm very peaceful. I don't even have one. What are you gonna do?
Have
Shoot
you
me?
ever gotten in a fight in your life? Like, period. Have you ever gone to a fight?
No, I've never gotten into an actual fist fight.
You've never gone to an actual fist
I've
fight?
gotten into like a fight with a friend kind of thing where like you shove someone kind of deal, but
Yeah.
it stops there and it doesn't proceed.
You've
I've
never
never gotten to like throwing
like a fight.
a fight. No,
Okay. Yeah.
no.
That's it.
I'm pretty sure I would fall very fast.
Fall
Actually,
down?
I would run away. I'm really fast. I don't know about now, but I used to be really fast. So
Okay.
I used to think about like if I got into a fight, I would just run. Yeah, I'm not afraid to say it. I would run. I would use my speed. That's called being smart, not getting
Yeah.
not getting killed or anything. I think in extremes, man.
That's fair.
So you gotta protect yourself.
So I guess it'd be me then. Or I guess it would be neither one because you just run away from the fight.
No, we're you know what, we wouldn't do it. We would stop.
Yeah, all right.
Oh man. And then moving on to Shelb's questions. Favorite thing about living in Japan?
I guess honestly it would be to walk down the street at night and actually not sweat it.
That 12
That's it.
o'clock, that 12
one,
a.m. run to the convenience and just not caring that you're like, yeah, I mean, it is when people like ask like, what do you like about Japan? I'm like, it's really comfortable.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, it's the trains, just the fact that I can travel and not have to worry about anything, you know? Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if you live in the city, if you live in the metro, if you don't live, you live on a different part of the island, then you're still driving and you're driving through goddamn like mountains, really. But for me, it'd definitely be, I guess it's the sense of security, I guess, like I being able to walk through, downtown Tokyo at 3 a.m. and not wonder like, is this guy gonna jump me or anything like that?
yeah, I mean, the streets are relatively clear, even late night. You know what I mean? There's been
Yeah.
times when I've missed the last train, and you just have to stay out.
Oh, that happens. That used to happen to me like literally every week, when I was in uni. So yeah.
Oh wow,
Yep.
jeez.
So my dorm had a curfew, right?
Uh huh.
You had to be in the doors by midnight.
You couldn't get in by midnight.
So if midnight passed and you were still out, the front gate would lock, and you weren't getting back into the dorm.
Jeez.
So I frequently, and I really mean frequently, at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. So Friday, Saturday, essentially, I wasn't sleeping in my bed. Like I was out all night.
Where were you sleeping? We're not sleeping, but like what? So for me, I
Yeah.
went to McDonald's one time.
Yeah.
Because like they were open, I think until like 3 or 4. They're open for a while, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
until they kicked me out, and then I was like jumping from convenience store to convenience store.
I was in karaoke usually.
That was smart.
Yeah. So, because we'd be out basically at like, let's say 7 or 8 p.m.
Mhm.
And that's still kind of like the evening is young kind of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And our dorm was relatively far, even by train, from where we would hang out. And it would take us like an hour and a half to get back to the dorm. So we would need to get moving by like 10ish or something like that, just to make it back to the station, just so we could make it back to the dorm in time before like it closed. And when it's like 10 p.m. and you're having like a really good time with your friends, you kind of like don't want to.
I mean, yeah,
stop.
10 to 11, it goes by really quick, and then even if you leave at 11, your train is probably going to take an hour to get back or something. So
you're gonna miss
it.
curfew.
Yep.
So like we didn't want to stop drinking or whatever at 10. So it's like, you know what? Let's commit. Like we're gonna be out all night. This is it. Like we're gonna keep drinking till 12. Then we're gonna go bounce to karaoke. Then we're gonna do karaoke until 5.
Imagine that now. Just imagine doing that now. Like
I thought about it honestly. Like
can you make it? Could you make it to 4 a.m.?
I've done it in the last 2 years. Yeah, we've done it, right? But Because I used to do that, yeah, once a week, twice a week, and now trying to be a responsible adult, could I do it? It
like
would catch
with
up to
that.
me. I think it would very quickly catch up to me.
Yeah, with the
Uh,
alcohol, I don't think I could do it. I can't.
I could probably do it like once. Oh my God, I could probably like let's say we started like to like this week or something, right?
Okay.
I could probably do it up until like the third week, but after that, I'm like, I need to sleep, you guys. Like, I need to go to bed.
I
Yeah,
need to
like,
it's finally happened. Like I
yeah,
can't do this. It's too much. It's too much. Um, yeah, I agree. I agree. It's crazy. I can't drink a can of alcohol anymore, so I'm out.
yeah. That's a long way of saying that's my favorite. What's your favorite thing about Japan right now?
uh, favorite thing, yeah. For me, honestly, like I said, it's trains, man. I love riding the trains.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Like, is it just it's not like a sense of like, oh, I can get anywhere I want, or is it something like you just legitimately enjoy riding a train? Like the
it's like
sound, you like
both.
the sound and that kind of thing?
It's
Like,
a little it's like a little bit of both. So like I love being able to go wherever I want and get there. Because like I said, I'm really bad at driving. Like I fall asleep in about an
while
hour and a half of
driving.
driving. So it's like
Okay.
it's safe for me. And I fall asleep on the train too. Like I love just like okay, I can fall asleep on the train or I can watch something or I can read, get some studying in. I like
Like
having that
sleep on the
option.
train.
Yeah.
Have you taken the train out west, like by uh like into like all the way through Tokyo into like Yamanashi, that kind of thing? Have you hopped on a train for that long?
I don't think I have. I'm like my previous job, I don't know how long that train ride is, but I used to take the Shinkansen
For
from
work?
yeah, my previous job, bro. I used to travel,
They
bro.
pay. Wait, hold up. Your work,
Yes.
because like we're in Japan here, your employer will usually pay for your travel expenses. Are you telling me your employer paid Shinkansen
Yeah.
expenses?
Yeah.
That's
I've
so
I've
much money.
I've
That's
I've
so much
rode the
money.
Shinkansen so much that I don't care about it. Like if
You know,
anyone's like,
wait, wait.
"Oh,
This you're talking Shinkansen, right? You're not
yeah,
talking
I'm talking
like
Shinkansen."
not Tokaido line or anything, like
Not
actual.
not the Jobansen, but the I've done the Jobansen. So the Job so what I would do is I would get up at like was it 4 a.m. here? I take the 5 a.m. train to Ueno
And you
and
take the Shinkansen?
I take the Shinkansen to Fukushima.
Why didn't you just live in Fukushima? Like I don't understand.
So for 4 months I lived in Fukushima. Then when that project started to like close down, it was like, okay, well, we you don't need to stay there every day. So then I would take a Shinkansen there like 2 or 3 times a week.
How much money? Oh, never mind. That's ridiculous. That's
about
insane. That's
about
oh
three
my.
or four. I was literally like just like, okay, here's another ticket. Here's my reimbursements like
Your paycheck must have looked so
it was
fat.
stupid.
Your paycheck must have
I
looked
saved so much.
insane.
I saved so much money that year. It was stupid.
Oh my God.
Because and then I of course like up to Fukushima. It was and yeah, I lived in a hotel too. So like at one point, I was a salary man, dude. I was on that salary man life,
Yeah, that was my previous job as well. Like I did that for 2, 3 years. It wasn't fun, but hey,
spending like
it,
8 hours on a train or some craziness
that's
together.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on, where would your dream vacation be?
Like anywhere, that's an easy one for
Yes,
me. Like I
anywhere.
definitely I mean this comes up when people are like, what if you had all the money you want? Basically, I would want to live in a mountain cabin, just
Huh.
in the mountains, like somewhere. Um, Build me a super fancy cabin up there, pretty big, filled with video games and arcade machines, and that's where I want to. I always want to chill out. That would be it. Yeah.
Huh.
So if I had like infinite money, I would build that and have it hooked up with internet and all that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Is like a reason like just because like in when you were growing up you were in a rural area or something or you just want the peaceful
I
quiet?
honestly, I just find it so peaceful. I just find it so nice. Like if you go to the subreddit, I think it's called room porn, basically, yeah.
Okay.
And they have these super nice like cabins, these nice like apartments that are seemingly like in the middle of like nature. Like your bedroom has a huge ass window and just trees, basically. I want that, but just fill it with video games.
Huh.
Um, no, I grew up relatively. Yeah, I guess I grew up in like a not non like busy area.
Hmm.
So I like the fresh air. I like if I had to pick between like hiking or going to the beach, I'd probably pick hiking every time.
I would take hiking just because I can't swim. So
I can't swim either, but I mean, just the beach itself for me is like I know there's some people that
some people
love the
love the
beach.
beach.
They love, yeah, they love the beach. They love seeing like the sun on them and like the water and like the smell of the ocean and that kind of thing. I never liked the beach growing up just because, well, I didn't grow up near a beach at all, period.
Hmm.
And I was like fat basically, like so like I wouldn't want to wear a
It's like
swimsuit.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I want to be out there on the beach. Like because I never grew up near a beach. Well, there was a beach like probably like 2 or 3 hours away, but my family never went. So I just never felt like an attraction to water. You
Yeah,
know?
same. Like I can't swim. Like I don't hate the beach, and I'll go if you're like, let's go to the beach. I'm like, sure, let's go. Like I'll hang out, at the
Right,
beach like
right.
for like a day. But given the choice, like given a place where I want to just be calm and relaxed, definitely mountains every single time.
I like hiking. Mountains are nice. They are
Yeah,
nice. I guess for myself, I would choose like I really, really want to go to Europe.
yeah.
Just because I've met so many people from Europe, uh, like Spain, Italy, France, Germany, like the normal area, the normal
A
area,
normal, what is as opposed to not normal Europe, and
the
all the
not
other
normal Europe,
countries,
the
all
one
the
that
other weird
it's like the
countries.
one you hear about all the time. But
Sure.
no, I have like a lot of friends that are there, and of course I like to go visit them, but I also just like to see the country. Like I mean, there's a lot of architecture that has been inspired and is in a lot of media that I've watched and seen, of course, in games too. And it's just something where I'd be like, I really want to just see another place. And
Yeah,
there's so
definitely.
many ways, so many places you can go in such a short amount of time in Europe.
Yeah, sometimes I think about like when I was in uni and I had the like when I obviously came to Japan to study abroad, right?
Right, right.
Sometimes I wonder like what if I had gone to like like the UK, like how different would things have been for me then? Because like part of my experience of being an exchange student was having to deal with Japanese and learning Japanese, right?
Right.
What if I like was studying in the place from the get-go I could speak
The
English?
language, just
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like, what would it be? That's a good question. Like, I don't even know what
Yeah,
it'd be like for
obviously,
me.
I know Europe has more than one. Obviously English is a tiny section of Europe, but I mean,
Right.
I just like I found something. I think something I wonder like, what if I'd gone to Europe instead, right? Like for example, the UK. But
Might be speaking like two more languages.
I don't know. I'm pretty shit with languages, to be
I
honest.
mean, like if you can learn one, the theory is you can learn another.
I feel like I'd be too dumb to learn French and or Italian.
I can't do the thing with the throat like the
Is that that's some sound from what? What is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be Italian or French?
that was the French.
I think you might have just offended like every single
I've
like every single
all the
French
French
listener. Yeah.
persons. I'm sorry for all my French friends. I can't speak French.
I can't make the throat noises.
Ugh, ugh. It sounded like someone threw up.
Yeah, you sound like someone just like dying or
Someone's
something. Yeah.
someone was saying.
Oh
Oh
God.
man,
No, yeah,
goodness.
Europe's cool. I also kind of want to go to Australia just because why not? I guess I don't want to fight giant spiders though, but yeah, Australia might be cool.
It would be nice. It seems nicer than it might be. I don't know. Like that
It
would,
seems nicer than it
it
might
might
be.
be.
Also offending Australians. Uh,
I'm on the roll. America's here, baby.
yeah,
So,
it's funny. No, I want to go to I guess parts of Australia. I mean, I would definitely go to
the thing
when the
is
weather is good. I don't want to go
yeah,
in death
well, yeah.
summer.
See, like the thing is like when you think of Australia, you think of nice things, but when you talk to people from Australia, you get like, well, actually, only this part of the country is where you want to
It's like
go.
habitable, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah. Also the weather. Like
and
I
the
heard it gets
weather.
really hot in the summertime, but to be fair, so does Japan. Japan gets
Well, we get
balls
muggy.
hot.
Does I wonder if
Yeah, it
Japan
gets
is
like
is it
this
dry
year
heat
though. I don't.
or
Has it been good?
this
I
year was pretty
barely
good.
I
I felt like this
barely
year was good, but
I
it
like
might have
didn't leave
been.
my apartment, so I don't know. I have no idea.
I feel like this year was fine. Like I didn't have to use my air condition much. I just used the dehumidifier part,
Oh
like
yeah.
function, and like that worked for all of summer except for like I would say towards the end, like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. I felt like it was like okay, it's getting hot, but it didn't feel like it was like horribly sweaty this year when I would go out.
Yeah, I went out kind of recently, a couple weeks ago actually, to get my new glasses frames, and that was the one time that I went out. And I was like, man, it's fucking wow, this
Yeah,
sucks.
it's still like, oh man,
Yeah.
goodness gracious.
So I wear like a shoulder bag, right?
Hmm.
And I wear the strap like across my chest.
Oh, was it just all sweaty?
Oh
Like
my
just
god,
that
like
just
just
like a chest strap
underneath
thing
the
that was sweat?
strap was just so gross, like just so sweaty and gross. Yeah,
And someone's like, why you guys still there? It's like, because
it's nasty. Yeah,
we can walk outside at 3 a.m. That's why.
yeah.
Uh, moving on to the next question. If you had to play one video game forever, what would it be?
I don't know, man. There's so many. My initial thought, like like a first thing that came to mind is kind of my Demacy.
Hmm. Oh, you can play. You really
Um,
can.
yeah, kind of my Demacy is one of those games that I don't know because I've never tried to play it every day for a while. But every time that I play Kind of Dynasty, I always have a good time playing it. It puts you in that flow state after a while because you're just like rolling shit up and you
Hmm.
kind of
Hmm.
stop thinking. Also, the soundtrack is just so good. Like, if there's a game that I would pick to play if I feel like down or sad or anything, probably it would
Hmm.
be Kind of Dynasty. Like, it's just so uplifting, I guess. Like, it's just
It's one of
really
those
fun.
uplifting
Yeah.
games. I feel like during that time frame, there were some really good uplifting games. Katamari, I like Loco Roco was really uplifting for me. Just like the game was crazy. Patapon was my favorite. Patapon was still to this day. Sometimes I want to stream that game because it's just so fun. Like
Mm.
this with those soundtracks, right? I just don't know. Like what happened to those kind of
What
games,
happened to
right?
fun? What happened to people who have, I don't know, I guess we live in a dystopian future, really. I don't know. No, I think they're still around. I think it's just hard to, I don't know. Surely there's still games
Yeah,
like that, right?
Fortnite, man. There's something in Fortnite for
Yeah, it's
everyone.
just Fortnite dances. That's where you get your fun.
That's where you get your fun from. Um,
I wish Apex had stupid dance. I'm kind of kidding,
you
but I think
really
it would be
you really want like
ridiculous,
emotes or
just
something?
ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, Apex has got emotes in the last, couple seasons, like 2 seasons ago or something like that, but they're not on the level of Fortnite dances.
No, they're not. They're not starting any trends.
Oh god, that'd be so funny if they started doing dances. Anyways,
Man. I think for me, my favorite, well, not favorite, but like my game I'd have to play forever, maybe Hollow Knight. I was really thinking about this long and hard, but
you would play that forever, every day for the rest of your life.
Hollow Knight, it feels like because you can just get lost in that place, right? It's so long. The game was so long. There's so much to do in it. And the music, honestly, the music is really relaxing. I went back and I played it on stream a couple weeks ago, and I just realized like I could just chill in Hollow Knight. Like getting to one side of the map to the other just takes time, and you just chill in there. The music is
Can you not
nice.
like teleport or fast travel?
There are some fast travels, but just imagine if Bloodstain, you could not fast travel between those save points.
Do you have to like walk? Wow,
You
really?
have
It's a lot of
you have
walking.
yeah, you have to walk until you hit a train or you hit like another fast travel, and then you still have to walk. You still got to walk a while.
Right.
So it's one of those Metroidvanias, but it just has so much content in it that and so chill that I'm cool with playing Hollow Knight for a bit.
For a bit, but like if you had to play it forever.
Forever a
Yeah,
bit.
the question is like, what if you don't want to be like, oh, this game is fun, but then actually get sick of it, right?
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Is there a game that you can play? I mean, could you play Minecraft forever? Like, I don't even
I
play
feel like people
Minecraft,
could.
but like, is
I
that a
feel like
game
you
you can
could
play
play like a
forever?
Minecraft or a Fort. Those games are designed like on it. I was gonna say like Destiny because man, I could as long as I have friends playing Destiny with me, I can play Destiny forever.
What if I like cheat and I was like, oh, VR chat? I choose that one.
It's still a game, isn't it? Technically,
Technically. Yeah. So all you do is hang
yeah.
out in VR chat. You just meet.
Rec Room.
I don't know if I can play Minecraft forever. Yeah, I don't know. If I can.
You want to be in
I
a
don't
Rec
know.
Room forever?
I don't know if I can do that one. Yeah.
Oh man! All right, last three questions, and we'll just I guess we'll do these really quickly. But favorite video game from your childhood and favorite snack in Japan.
Oh, really? Okay, you can do the like. What's your favorite video game from childhood?
Favorite video game from childhood? Probably Mega Man 4 for Game Boy. I played
Really?
that. Mega Man 4 for Game Boy, and then Kirby's Dream Land 2.
Is that
Those are the
GBC?
hmm?
No, Dream. What is Dream on 2 on Super Nintendo?
For me it was on Game Boy
Okay.
because I never owned a Super Nintendo.
Oh,
So
Dreamland. Yeah, that was the Game Boy ones, right? Yeah.
yeah, Kirby, that was my boy.
From
Mega
my
Man and Kirby.
from my childhood, I guess Pokemon. Like, I guess Pokemon.
Can't
Like
go wrong with
it.
that.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously important to me. I still enjoy. I'm not like hardcore into Pokemon. Like, I'm not like doing competitive battles or breeding or
You're
anything.
not breeding.
I play the games casually, but I do enjoy just like the franchise itself in a general sense. Like, I'll buy a lot of merch. I have two Pokemon figures on my PC right now. I have this Mewtwo on my shelf behind me that's obstructed by my head. It's like right here.
I've got like
Um,
20 Pikachu around me.
yeah, and I have a lot of Pokemon shirts. My stream, honest, like
I'm
obviously
wearing I'm
is
wearing a
based
Pikachu
off
shirt.
Pokemon. Yeah. So, oh yeah, yeah, you are wearing.
Yeah, I'm wearing a, I'm
Yeah,
wearing
you are wearing.
Pikachu right
Yeah,
now.
is that one of the new Uniqlo ones?
Yeah, I think it's from like a couple. Oh no, last year. I think it's
Oh,
last
okay.
year. Yeah,
Yeah, shit. I mean, obviously, it's Pokemon is just really important to me. So I guess I'd probably be Gen. Let's just say Gen 1, so Pokemon Red Blue.
it's a good time. That was such a good time.
Yeah.
Favorite snack in Japan for me would probably be Pocky.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's probably it's like my go-to Pocky or melon bread.
Oh, melon pun. Yeah. Good
Like
shit.
melon pan. I when I first came to Japan, I ate melon pan every morning, almost every morning for breakfast with like match soda. And I went back home to
Yeah.
like get my dentist check, like I had a checkup, and they were like, "You
Yeah,
have a
your teeth are
really,
fucked. Yeah, your
you
teeth are
have a
messed up, though.
really, yeah, really bad cavity, bro. You need to get that checked out
Oh shit.
now."
Yeah, my teeth are probably messed up too. I've been drinking. I haven't gone to the dentist in like 2 years because of the pandemic,
Oh my goodness, go
and I've been
get
drinking
saved.
Zone. I've been drinking Zone and Red Bull and Monster like every
Your
day.
teeth are getting eroded.
Yeah, they're
Like you have like
probably
no enamel.
yeah, they're probably pretty bad. I think so.
This
Yeah,
man starts smiling silver.
that could that might be cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Just get a grill. But no, like, so what's your favorite snack?
Oh man, I don't know. Like a snack. I honestly don't snack very often. I'm not a snacker, but I guess I want to say cheeses.
Huh?
Cheeses.
What?
Cheeses.
No, I'm trying to like think. Is that like the Cheez It or something? Like it's a little the triangle stuff?
Yeah. Those
Oh,
things.
okay, okay. I was like, what the heck are you talking about? Cheeses.
Yeah, they're usually sold. They're sold as sumami, I guess. Like they're meant to be
It's like a
like
snack, right?
eaten with beer, essentially. So for anyone who doesn't know, which I suspect is most people, but cheeses are
Oh
crackers,
wow.
I guess, that taste a lot like baked cheese. That's what it's supposed to be. It's baked cheese, right? It's like 60% baked cheese and the rest is like cracker, really.
Is it more baked cheese in like a Cheez It? I wonder,
It's
or
at
is it?
least half of yeah, it's way cheesier than a Cheez It. It's way cheesier than Cheez It, man.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's
So
got some fancy
like
flavors in here though.
yeah, so like cheeses are they're just basically just like crackers, but with like a lot of
Cheese flavor.
yeah, so I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen them in the store. I don't think I've ever really just had them by choice. Like went and bought them. I might have to try them. It's like cheddar cheese, camembert cheese, and four cheese. I mean, it's gonna be whatever cheese, but
Yeah, there's all different types of cheese, so I definitely pick that as my favorite snack. They're just really good. They're just like, very cheesy.
you're right. Yeah, 53%. That's definitely more than a Cheez It. Definitely more than a Cheez It. I feel like Cheez It's like 10% cheese or something.
Hmm.
Cheese. And then finally, if Shelb's asking the real questions here, if you could go back in time and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
I mean, like other than invest in Apple.
I guess other than invest in Apple, but if that's your piece of advice, I mean
Well, I
that
mean, like
still
I feel like
counts.
it's just bad advice because, like, yeah, it'll make me money, but I mean, I'm sure the question is like more on a deeper level, right? Not just
Yeah.
like don't mine Bitcoin while it's easier to mine. I
My
don't know.
mine Bitcoin while it was actually easy. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
real
you're like
talk.
something like that. But no, if you want something a little more philosophical, I guess just spend the time to study Japanese like a little earlier. Um, I guess just yeah, like try to study Japanese like a little bit earlier and not, I don't want to say like take your studies more seriously, but I don't know. I feel like things are, I don't know, like well, I came to Japan teaching English, honestly, which is like a bare minimum expectation for Japanese levels. And I actually had a good enough Japanese to eventually get like an office job. And then now, like where I like at for work now, like I still need to use Japanese, but I feel like it's fine. Like my current level is fine, right? I'm not translating or anything.
Right, right.
But just in general, like just past advice, just human advice, honestly, is just like just keep like I don't want to say like persevere or anything, but just like definitely try to like more or less stay positive and just gonna like if it's like if something that you want to do, then just kind of like stick to it. It'll just work out eventually.
That's good advice. That's good
Yeah.
advice. I think for myself, and I've always kind of said this after like a couple, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. Like I would tell myself to read more, like read more books.
Oh yeah.
Like I really wish now that, and it's not like I can't go back and read, but like I just wish I had read more. And it wouldn't matter what kind of books, because like when I started learning how to draw, I read a lot of books in Japanese and English, mainly in Japanese, like even interviews and stuff. And I was like, this is actually interesting.
Hmm.
And like being in school, I always felt like reading, and I tried to find books to read. I never really considered that I didn't have to read just like, fiction, nonfiction stuff. I could read magazines or articles, interviews about people. You know what I mean? Like I could read things about skills or talents and learn that way. Uh, so like I would love for myself to have read more, and I guess like the same thing what you said, just like don't stop. Like if you want to do something, like don't stop.
Yeah,
Just
I
keep going
think
for
just
it.
me personally, there's like a ton of stuff that I've picked up and dropped really quickly. I don't know how many people do this, but for me, I've always been like, oh, I want to start like journaling, or I want to start like writing, I want to start doing poetry, or I want to like write short stories or something like that, and I'll or read even for that matter, right, really actually. So I've
Yeah.
tried to do a lot of these things, and like I've dropped a lot of them, almost all of them, like relatively quickly. But I think that's fine. At the end of the day, it's as long as you're trying to like figure out like what works for you and like what is something that you genuinely enjoy, and if it involves if you have to like scattershot in a sense like shotgun blast basically just like a ton of different like hobbies just to find one that works for you, one that you kind of enjoy, then yeah, go ahead and just like just just do whatever you want in the moment, really.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's perfectly put. It might not make sense at the time, and you might not think of yourself as like the most dedicated, but as long as you keep doing, trying and going down that path, you'll get there. You'll
Yeah.
get somewhere. You'll definitely get somewhere.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
you'll get somewhere.
Everyone ends up somewhere. Maybe you'll be dead. I don't know.
You might be in that part of normal Europe. You might be
Yeah,
in
or
normal
but God
Europe.
forbid you're in not normal Europe. That's where everything's backwards.
Today, or everyone, you've now learned that apparently I believe in normal Europe, and apparently Australia has like a dark side that you don't know the full story of Australia. And French people, sorry, but
What do you think, like, what not normal, what do people in not normal Europe are like? Do they all, they're like, they all wear their
someone's like,
clothes
what?
backwards or something? Like,
When I say not normal Europe or normal Europe, everyone probably has their own picture in their minds, exactly what countries pop into their heads. I want to know.
that sounds
I want to
offensive.
know.
That sounds so offensive. Like, oh my, like, did you live in not normal Europe?
Because it's like, I was just thinking of from the U.S. point of view. We're taught like, okay, you can learn French or Spanish or German in school, right?
But
That's
God
that's like the
forbid you try to learn
the
Italian.
normal. It's like,
God
who's speaking
forbid.
Italian? What is that language?
Yeah, that's so
Um,
fun.
or
Oh man.
Spanish. Sorry, and Spanish. Like those, but those were like generally, at least in out in my classes or my schools, that was always the language. So like, and even like in movies, right? That those are the only countries in Europe that exist for some reason, and God forbid Russia. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. We
I was
don't know
watching,
what those
yo, I
crazy
was
commies
I
are
was
up
watching
to.
Wonder Woman 1984, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, this the villain's doing some stuff, and then it's like, oh, what president? What do you wish for? I wish we had more nukes than Russia right now.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Like I remember like growing up, like all the action movies, growing up. I'm like, why are the bad guys always Russians? Like, what is it about? Like, why? uh, I don't know.
Oh man, that is yeah, I guess that's gonna wrap it up for us in terms of questions. Once again, thanks so much to at Shelbs and at Jacob Daddy for asking those questions. Yahya with his question as well of when we're gonna have another dev on the episode, and we said, yeah, once you finish that, well, he actually said, once he finishes the Ape Escape remake, he would love to be on the show. Maybe he can take us. He can take us to places, man. Who knows? His last remake, or like think Pepsi Man, 53,000 subs on YouTube after that.
Wait, he remade Pepsi Man?
He remade Pepsi Man.
Oh, I need to play that. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, get him to send that shit. Yeah, I'll play that. Like, I want to play.
I got you covered, man. I got you covered.
Does he have the song? Does he use the song, or he's not allowed to?
I don't know if he used the song though.
Tell him to tell me how to do it, and I'll do it myself.
I'll do it myself.
Because you can't play Pepsi Man like without the song.
Pepsi basically. Man.
Yeah.
I actually don't know the Pepsi Man song. I guess I'll need to look it up.
Yeah, that's pretty
it
much
really
it,
was
yeah.
Pepsi Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny.
Anyways.
Oh, that was good. That was good. 100 episodes. It was what a wild ride. Like I said, after 101, I'm gonna be gone. So, yeah.
101. Who knows? Maybe we'll take some time off before. I don't know. I don't actually know. Well, I guess we'll have to figure it out. I mean, there's definitely some things that we want to improve on with the show. I know even like right before this, Alex was like, yeah, so how are you going to bring the questions up on? And I was like,
I have a Google Doc. Oh, okay. That's fine.
Like,
yeah.
But we're always trying to make sure that we put out some good content for everyone, and hopefully you all enjoy it and enjoyed enough to tell your friends or family or whoever to follow and listen. And we want to hopefully get 100 subs, I think, on YouTube. That'll be nice. We're almost at 50, 4 away from 50. So if you know some more people, go ahead, tell them to subscribe.
Yeah.
Press that subscribe button.
Get your parents the sub or something.
Anyone, we'll take them all. We'll take them now. But yeah, I guess that'll do it for us. This is episode 100. Once again, remember, you set the tone. Go play some games. I can't believe I've said that for probably 100 episodes. Crap. And yeah, stay safe.
Yeah, for sure.
See you for next episode 101. With
I mean, I'll be gone, but yeah, Ehe will be host. So yeah.
Are we gonna make this happen? Are we committing to this?
I'm 100% serious. Like
Ehe's gonna host, and I'm just gonna be.
No, not even you. Like you won't be there.
No, it's just Ehe. It's just Ehe.
Just Ehe. It's just
an Ehe episode.
I'm 100% serious. Like this 101 is.
How's he gonna do this?
I'm 100%. I'm very serious. I'm very serious. Yeah.
All right, people. We're gone.
All right. See you guys.